What's going on, guys? My name's Arjun, and today we're gonna talk about Undertaker versus CM Punk and who's gonna win. But of course, this show is not complete with a special guest. This time it's not Felix because I think actually it's gonna be a permanent guest. Felix has been fired, and the man sitting next to me is a man known as Creed.
And if I'm permanent, that means I'm not a guest actually.
Yeah.
But if my mouth sounds like I'm full right now, it's because I'm eating a WWE Undertaker ice cream bar right now.
Not a CM Punk ice cream bar?
Because CM Punk is too good. You cannot eat him.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, WrestleMania 29 is around the corner, and before we talk about who's gonna win, we want to talk about how great WrestleMania season is. What do you think? How are you liking the freaking matches?
I like the WrestleMania season because the wrestling, you can tell everybody amps up their game. I guess they want to maybe, I don't know, get a spot at the in WrestleMania or something and impress people. But for some reason, the wrestling
is it like a storyline thing?
The wrestling is always better there. No, I'm being serious. Maybe they want to impress someone so they can be put on the show. I don't know. But the wrestling is definitely better this time of year. The same thing happened last year, and I actually enjoy watching Raw this time of year. The road to WrestleMania.
Road to WrestleMania.
The storylines are interesting too.
Like to be honest, I'm actually a WWE hater. Not really a WWE hater, but like, you get what I mean, right? I don't really hate it like
but
that
we don't
much.
really like it that much at the same time.
But that still sounds like a hater. But
I know.
But we don't really like, talk shit about it. We still like it. But at these times when it's WrestleMania time, freaking WWE haters seem to forget that they hate WWE. They get into the product, and I don't know. This is without the WWE. I think wrestling is nothing.
Well, it definitely won't. It's not as famous without WWE since no other wrestling company is on WWE's level, and they're not even a wrestling company technically anymore, which means wrestling is not that big in this world.
Yeah.
And you were right. That's another point I gotta say. They must not be trying to impress people by their wrestling because nobody cares about the wrestling there. McMahon surely doesn't.
Oh yeah.
But this is not a video about talking about why WWE is stupid, so let's just move on from that.
Let's move on now. Alright, so let's talk about Undertaker versus CM Punk. What is the big question? Who's gonna win?
Well, it's actually a hard choice.
It's a hard choice. I mean, I really want CM Punk to win, and he's been booked as like the strongest guy this year. He was champion for 400 plus days, and Undertaker, we know he's been winning his WrestleMania matches. He's undefeated, 20-0, and I must say, I don't know who's gonna win, and that's just smart Mark Confusion.
But 2 points that I really want people to know is one, if they didn't let, if Undertaker was gonna lose, it would have probably happened, most likely happened to Shawn Michaels, and if not, definitely Triple H. So the chances of CM Punk winning is not very high when you consider that. But another thing is, CM Punk just lost to John Cena and just lost to The Rock. So they're not gonna want to make him have another big loss, you know. They might be thinking, maybe Undertaker, his time is over. Maybe we gotta make someone else like a big ass legend icon, and maybe their choice is CM Punk. So it could go either way, and maybe they were never planning to end the streak, but they can always change their mind. It's been a year since his last match. They can change their mind.
Streak versus the Pride.
Streak versus the Pride, exactly. The
streak. Whoa, they're just disappearing.
Versus God.
So what do you think of the CM Punk picture, man? He looks like a Asian guy there.
CM Punk does look Asian there. He's pretty creepy looking.
Well, in fact, it is an Asian guy in that picture. It's a double.
Stunt double.
CM Punk wasn't able to go to the studio at that time. I read on SC Scoops, and it was an Asian guy. His name was actually it's an Asian Mexican guy. His name is Chinito Diaz.
Chinito Diaz.
Yeah. And that's the body's CM Punk, but the guy's head is the
CM Chipmunk.
Yeah. That's how you see his eyes all like fucking baggy and shit.
But one thing's for sure, back to the storyline and stuff. Should be a great match. First of all, CM Punk, he's not always the greatest wrestler. I've seen him box a couple times.
You got that right. And his stupid like spin kick.
His stupid spin kick, but when it comes down to like a big storyline and stuff, he always makes a big match.
Yeah, and plus, dude, the best thing about CM Punk is his mic skills. You get so involved in the way he's talking.
Oh, he's one of the greatest.
You can just feel like it's like, dude, I feel like a little kid when I
would say, to me, just my personal opinion, I like he's better than John Cena on the mic because
Yeah.
the stuff that he say actually have meaning.
Have
Unlike
meaning,
John
yeah,
Cena's.
have meaning.
John Cena says a lot of stuff and like he's like perfect, like he doesn't botch or anything.
Yeah,
but
like-
he doesn't always say like stuff that I care about. He kind of just says random
yeah.
jokes. But CM Punk, sometimes the only thing I don't like about his mic work is sometimes they're talking too long. That's been happening lately. But at first I was enjoying it. Now he's kind of like pushing it, you know. Chill with the pipe bombs. That's my advice to you.
Well,
Push it.
for the marks out there,
Push
here's the
it.
tail of the tape. CM Punk stands in at 6'2", weighs in about 218 pounds.
Last time I didn't say John Cena's weight or whatever.
Oh,
Or his debut.
he debuted in 1999.
1999.
14 years in wrestling so far, and Undertaker, 6'10",
Been all over the world.
all over the world, the real best in the world. Actually, I still think Chris Jericho's the real best in the world.
But CM Punk's been in multiple companies, multiple championships, ROH World Champion.
Mhm. But we're talking about Undertaker's
yeah.
tail of the tape.
Oh.
6'10", 299 pounds, and debuted in 1984.
That's a big motherfucker
Big.
right there.
Big guy and big experience advantage goes to The Undertaker. For the marks out there, they're already going to be pulling for Undertaker, but Undertaker's old, so that's kind of a detriment in this match.
And also, yeah, he may have that big experience advantage, but that's kind of like an over experience. Too much experience becomes a disadvantage because of how old you are. Slows you down and everything.
Yeah, like Rio Tamira.
Like Rio Tamir.
Not really.
You know.
Not really.
But then again, in the world of wrestling, it does not matter because they can just book Undertaker to be
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fastest man in the company if they wanted to.
But we're talking about the mushroom now.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
it's-
Oh, okay.
You're gonna cry.
Okay.
Right? So the storyline goes like this. I said storyline. Fuck. Now they're gonna cry. Well, CM Punk got the shot, and there was actually a couple of guys that wanted to face Undertaker, and that was Sheamus, Big Show,
And Randy Orton.
And
two of those guys already had shots before and they failed.
which was Randy Orton.
Big Show was
and the
actually
Big Show.
in a handicap match against Undertaker. He had a partner and he still lost.
Who was it? A-Train? Yeah, A-Train right there.
Oh, Lord Tensai for those of you newbies out there. Those of you
Lord Shitbrain.
marks and 12-year-olds.
So yeah, Undertaker has been undefeated over the past 20. How many years? Sir?
At least 20. He's been wrestling for at least 20 years. That is a long time.
Long time, yeah.
And that's you know, you never know if he missed any WrestleManias.
And
The only guy who he never actually beat was Giant Gonzalez. I have no idea who the fuck that
that's
is.
like some guy who wears like a freaking stupid suit and like painted chiseled abs and shit. It's really some tall giant guy.
Well, Undertaker, that Giant
Some tall
Gonzalez,
giant guy.
Giant Gonzalo or whatever his name was, actually was disqualified against Undertaker. So
Yeah.
he can say that he's the only guy that's never been pinned or submitted by the Undertaker at WrestleMania.
But
nobody knows who you are, Giant Gonzalez, so it doesn't hold no
he's a
meaning.
jobber. He's an ultimate jobber. But of course, his the last match that Undertaker had was last year at WrestleMania, and that was against Triple H, Hell in a Cell match. And me and my buddy here were watching that, and we were marking out like little bitches.
That was Triple H's third chance at Undertaker's streak at WrestleMania. Third chance. Really?
Really? Where's
Really?
the Miz?
Where's the
Where's the
Miz?
Miz?
There he is. There he is. He looks like a
Cute.
faggot. Okay, and so Triple H failed 3 different times. Shawn Michaels failed 2 different times.
Oh yeah, dude, that's like one of my favorite Undertaker matches. Was like the series with Shawn Michaels.
That's the thing. Undertaker.
I'm getting
has-
goosebumps right now. Look at that.
Look at that. Look at The Rock. Look at The Rock showing his goosebumps. You
The
got
Rock
goosebumps too. The Rock's got goosebumps.
All kinds of goosebumps.
But yeah, Undertaker always has good matches. So for any of you out there who want to see a good wrestling match, this is the match you want to watch at WrestleMania. CM Punk, like, he's great in the ring. You saw his match against John Cena.
What about this
Undertaker
versus Swagger match? That one's gonna be good, man.
I don't know. I don't know about if Swagger's that good. I mean, I haven't given him
Well,
much of a
Dario's good,
chance,
man.
but I don't really like Swagger. And Dario, I've seen him do some good matches. Before, I used to think he was boring as fuck, but he's stepped up his game for me.
Yeah.
He did it just for me. Look at him do that hurricane from the top rope.
Looks sexy.
Yeah. And Undertaker,
Moonsault forward smash.
he definitely can put great matches at WrestleMania. You've seen his match against Shawn Michaels, Triple H. His best match was against Smart Mark. in the casket match.
Smart. That was the worst match ever.
Even against
Really, Creed? Really? Where's the Miz? Really?
even his match against Batista.
Oh,
I think it was
that
good.
was epic.
I mean, I was a kid when I saw it, so I don't know if I'll still like it.
That was in 2007. We weren't kids no more.
I was still like a mark there.
Yeah.
So my perspective has changed on what's a good match. But you know, I remember he power slammed Undertaker through a table, and anytime something like that happens, it has to be crazy.
Yeah.
So that automatically makes it a crazy
That's
match.
like an moment.
Yeah,
right?
at least for that part.
Yeah. But we're looking at the WrestleMania 29 card right now. So far, we know John Cena will be facing The Rock and Del Rio versus Swagger for the WHC belt. And this has been added on Wikipedia. Sheamus, Randy Orton, and Ryback facing off against the Sham.
That's basically like filler match and like a jobber match for big guys. You know, they're basically jobbers this year.
Yeah.
So, but this video has already been going on for 11 minutes.
11 minutes, damn.
And
But what's our opinion though? Who do we think is gonna win this match? This is crazy.
I give it to Undertaker.
It's the most unpredictable match.
My smart mock intuition
It's
tells
telling
me
you
that Undertaker's gonna win. And in my personal opinion, I sort of want Undertaker to win because he's so.
Oh, you dick,
his
man.
streak is so like unprecedented that you don't wanna. I don't wanna see him lose now. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but at the same time, CM Punk, I do think CM Punk is awesome. He's a god, so I wouldn't mind seeing him be the man that defeats the Undertaker. It would solidify him being like the best in the world, you know.
Well, as a fan of CM Punk, not a CM Punk mark, Undertaker, you can't box with God.
There's a difference.
I want CM Punk to win this match, but my intuition, my smart mock intuition, is telling me that fucking Taker's gonna win this match. But they gotta, I don't know, no one can beat CM Punk though. Nice lips. I ain't kissing that. Yeah, let's end the video right here. Thank you for watching this video, whoever you are. If you're watching this in the morning, have a great morning. Watching this in the afternoon, have a nice afternoon. Or if you're watching this late at night, then go to fucking sleep right now, bro.
And if you're watching this past midnight, then kudos for you.